doesn't exist. That superwoman concept does not exist. So before I get started, let me give people the opportunity to join in. So that way I'm just not diving in with the information because I'm ready. I got a lot to do. My daughter's going to college, guys, if y'all didn't know that. And so I am getting into mommy mode. Emotions all over the place because that's my daughter. And but I want her to be well. I wanted her to succeed in life, to reach those unexpected expectations, but realistic expectations. And I think sometimes we set unrealistic expectations, not just for our children, but just for even us. We feel like we are super women. And sometimes when we do that, we don't realize how much of a mess we make because we are putting ourselves up here, not realizing that the only person that should be up here is God, because we're not God. We are human beings. We make mistakes. But when you make these mistakes, guys, you learn from them, you move forward, and you put your best foot forward. So that's what I'm talking about. Superwoman doesn't exist. So let me wait for some more girlfriends to come in, and I can't wait to dive in just a second. Veronica, have you got my book yet, girl? Huh? Have you got my book? If you haven't, please make sure you go to Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, read it, use it, journal in it. Give me a review. Let me know what you think. I am very transparent. I am not one of those people who are afraid to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, because those woes made me who I am. And I share my resources. I share my trials. I don't shy away from it because, again, they made me who I am. Boss lady, Nia Brown Matthews, who you know who I am today. So I don't shy away from it. But let's talk about Chicks with Checks. How Misha how amazing. I met her. She maybe about 5 years ago. She did my Too Fabulous for Cancer charity event, and I met her through another girlfriend named Janet Jackson. She is phenomenal. She has an idea. She executes. She researches. She masters her craft now. She researches. She finds her demographics, the people that she can reach, and she dives in. And when I tell you, when I met this young lady that she was going to be phenomenal, it's coming into fruition. Misha is just that. And when you tap into her brain, you tap into her mind, she's able to capitalize off the gifts that God has given her. And you too can tap into the gifts that God has given you. But the first thing you need to learn how to do sometimes is sit back. You need to analyze. You need to, study. You need to master. You need to research before you get out there and make some unnecessary mistakes and spend some unnecessary money. And we all do that from time to time. But why not do it smart? Why not waste money? Why not, don't work hard, but work smart? And I learned that. My high school principal told me, if you start young, you finish early. And I didn't understand that. But now I can honestly say I sit back and I enjoy the fruits of my loins because I put my time in. I worked. But I did not realize that I was not Superwoman. I did not realize that I didn't have a cape on underneath my suit. But you couldn't tell me that I didn't, years ago, because I thought I had it all planned out. But my mentor told me something that resonates with me even to this day. He said that if you want something to grow, whether it's your business, whether it's, your home, your family life, whatever it is, if you want something to grow, you can't always be in the trenches. Meaning you can't always be, doing the grunt work. You have to hire or bring people on your team or in your circle with like minds that could also see the vision through as well. So you can use that time to grow your business. You can use that time to research. You can use that time to collaborate, to network with people and explain to them what it is that you want them to do and delegate. I know it's very hard to delegate. I know it's very hard because you can't clone yourself and you wish that you can give them the information that's inside your head, but you have to teach them. He also told me about a leader, And in my book, I say about being a great leader. Sometimes you in order to lead a team, you gotta sometimes stop competing with them, right? Stop competing with your ego. You gotta learn how to master your insecurities. We all are insecure about something. We don't want to admit it, but we all are insecure about something. And that's okay. Be vulnerable about it. Own it though, right? Identify what it is that you're insecure about. Jot that down, and every day try to become a better person. Try to overcome that obstacle of insecurity. Pray about it. People don't even realize the things that they are insecure about. It even shows when you don't even realize that it shows. They're insecure about your success. People could be insecure about somebody else's household, insecure about somebody else's funds, insecure about their own funds, insecure about their own households, their husbands, their boyfriends, their children. We don't realize that we do have that natural state of insecurity, but you have to evolve from that. You have to be able to grow from that. If not, you stay stagnant and you can't go to the next level. You are in your own way. And I find sometimes when you are a boss and you're trying to run a business, you're just afraid to ask somebody else for information or advice, or how are they able to do it, because you feel as if they're competing with you or you're competing with them. That's not so much true. You don't have all the information and all the wisdom. Only God has that. But it's nothing wrong with asking questions. It's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know how to do this. Can you show me? There's nothing wrong with taking classes. There's nothing wrong with tapping into, resources of becoming a better person. I think my husband has something playing in the background. Eric, is that you? I'm going live and I'm up here trying to get into it, honey. Hey, Keisha. How you doing? Girl, on this beautiful Sunday, dropping this wisdom about being superwoman. In my book, guys, I do talk about this one time I remember that, and again, this is me young into the business, me young into me growing. At that time, I did a consulting firm called WeDoSection8.com. I was the only black woman in Atlanta, had a consulting firm based around Section 8. And again, now I'll tell you something, you learn the demographics and you capitalize on it. And so I did just that. But during that time of me running that business, let me tell you something. I felt like I was the only one that knew how to do it. I didn't understand about hiring a team of people to help me execute that vision. I felt like I had to do it all myself. So one day I felt very sick, and my husband had to rush me to the hospital. And this is me feeling like, oh no, I'll be fine. I'm boss lady. I'm superwoman. I got this, I can do it. But no, God says sit down somewhere. You can't do it. You're not God. You're not a fictional character. You're human, right? So I got sick. My husband rushed me to the hospital. They had tubes all in my arms. They're telling me I need to slow down. They're telling me I need to eat right. They put morphine all in my system. Morphine. Because that's the pain reliever. So he's telling me to go home, rest, take about 7 days to rest. And mind you guys, this is all in my book, The Boss in You. I'm very transparent. So I get home, and instead of me resting, he took the IV out my home. I got home, I was supposed to rest. My husband dropped me off. We switched cars. I got back in the car, drove to my office. I don't even know how I got there because I'm doped up on morphine. I'm thinking that I'm the only one that could do what it is that I do, not realizing that I had hired an amazing staff, but I felt like I had to do it all myself. Black women, we don't realize that we don't even know how to say no. We don't even know how to sit down because we feel like we got to do it all. And when people come up to you and ask you, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? We can't even say no because we are people pleasers. We don't want to admit it, but a lot of us are people pleasers. We want to be there and be everything for everybody. And when your body shut down, who is it going to do? Who's going to do what it is that you do? You're not the one that reinvented the wheel. Like, there's a lot of people that can actually do what you do. You just maybe have a special skill set to do what you do. But trust and believe, baby, you got to learn how to delegate. Hire like-minded people. Don't be afraid to share your wisdom. Because again, remember, what's for you is for you. Let me say that again. What's for you is for you. And being a leader requires you to be able to help push what it is in them out of it. You'd be amazed at how many people I've given jobs to who have circled back to say, Naya, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity because now I'm a boss. And they didn't think that they had that in them. They didn't think that they had that boss tuition inside of them. I know that ain't a word, but I'm calling it a boss tuition. They didn't know that they had that in them, but it took a great leader to pull that out of them. There's so many boss women, and we use that word very lightly. Let's just say that. We use that word very, very lightly. But with that being said, all I'm saying is, guys, that, you know, we all think we have it all planned out. This world, this life, our agenda, our goals. And sometimes when things happen, God will find a way to humble you, to put things into perspective, into balance, and into order. Meaning He being first, right? God being first. You can say your family second, career third. That's my goals. That's my order. And that may not be your order, but that's my order. Because God had a way to humble me. He had to let me know and shake me to say, you are not in control. I am. And if you trust me, I will ensure that that order plays out as such. I'm going to give you the fame. I'm going to give you the fortune. I'm going to even help you go and tap into your full potential. But you have to first honor me and put me first. Now, I ain't mean to preach, but you guys know that I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Okay, I just had to say that. But you know that I would not be where I am in this life if it wasn't for Him putting it into order for me, creating the balance. Now, I have a lot of boss friends who are sometimes walking around with this spandex suit on with the S on it in their suits. They think that they are super women. And I'm watching them making things happen, but I'm also behind the scene watching them. They look frail. They don't look fully, they don't look happy. They look like they're stressed. They look like they are really bound. It's something missing. And they have not realized that they are human. And it starts with putting God first. I had to learn that the hard way. And it took cancer twice for me to realize that I am not in control. And I've also learned how to say no unapologetically. There's people that's going to call you, can you do this for me? Can you help me out? Or can you pick me up? Or can you let me borrow some money? Or can I stay at your house? Or can I borrow your clothes? Or whatever the case may be. I don't know if people still borrowing folks' clothes. But anyway, I unapologetically say no. And it's not that I don't love you, but I have that term, help me, help you. Can you say that with me? Help me, help you. I love you. I do, but I love me more. And this vessel that I have, my body, my mind, my temple belongs to me. It belongs to God. And sometimes that you don't understand that sometimes helping people handicaps people. You ever notice that? Helping people handicaps them. And they always keep coming to you for things and needs and resources. And I don't shy away from giving you a little need or a little resource here and there. But they also, too, have to put in the work, baby. Boots on the ground. I did that. I believe I missed my daughter's 3-4 years of school grinding so hard. And I'm not saying that you don't have to get in the trenches and you got to work. But you can work smart about it. You can have a balance. And I look at it today and I look back and I ask her, does she forgive me for me working and being such a boss lady and being such a superwoman? Do you forgive me, my love? And I'm talking about my daughter, because I missed a lot of her, key moments in her life because I was grinding so hard. And I almost, in my mind, thought I lost my husband because I was actually chasing the dollar. You didn't hear what I said. Sometimes we idolize that dollar. They said money is the root of all evil. It's how you put it into perspective. Money could be an amazing thing, but it also could tear your home apart. It could tear your business apart if you're not smart about investing and retirement and taking care of your staff. There's often times where I see bosses not taking care of the people that works under them, their staff. They're disgruntled, they're hungry, they are unhappy, because leaders, you have to understand that you're only as smart as your team. Let me say that again. Leaders, bosses, true bosses, you're only as smart as your team. And I always believe that taking care of those who take care of you. I high five and take care of my staff. I believe in elevation. I believe that giving them a letter of recommendation. I believe that everybody has a full potential to be more than what it is that they are. They just have to believe that. And as a leader, it's your job to help them. Motivate, inspire them. They're not your competition, because again, I said earlier, what's for you is for you. Don't get it twisted. I know that there's especially in Atlanta, everybody's competing, everybody's wanting to be the boss and think that they got it going on, sweetheart. But it's amazing if you ask what their resume look like. What that resume look like, who have you worked with? Who have you represented? Who are your clients? What's your client base look like? What's your reports look like? What's your P&L look like? I know I may be going over a few people's heads, but I'm saying that to say that being a boss, that is always about generating money. It's about building resources and helping other people rise and become better people, better tapping into their own potential. When I talk about Superwoman doesn't exist, y'all remember the movie The Devil Wears Prada. And you have Miranda, the boss lady, and you have Andy, her assistant. Y'all remember the movie The Devil Wears Prada. That's a prime example of Andy wanting to become this amazing apprentice. She wanted to become, really big in this company, but she needed Miranda's, approval. And so that meant that she lost a lot of friends. She even lost a boyfriend along the way. She lost sight of who she was because she was trying to please other people. Again, there's a lot of people trying to please other people. You're on the scene trying to be seen. Let me say that again. You're on the scene trying to be seen. What substance do you have? What wisdom do you have? What do you have inside of you that you can actually help another person go to that next level? That's the boss that I'm looking for. That's actually the boss that you don't realize that women like that, those are the women that changes the world. Because collectively we understand that we all have that power within us, but together we can make that dynamic impact. But we are afraid, and we're afraid because we're competing with other people. I'm so much in my tunnel vision, baby. I don't worry about what nobody else got going on. I'm focused on the prize that God told me. I'm focused on the mission that He set inside of me. And sometimes people may not understand your mission because He told you and not them. Let me say that again. Sometimes people may not understand your mission is because He told you and not them. So don't get upset when they don't be there for you, cheer you on, come to your event, because they don't understand the vision that God gave you. Now that's some wisdom for you right there. You write that down right quick. Don't get upset when those don't cheer you on your vision, because the vision was given to you, not to them. Whew, I had to say that. Anyway, back to this Superwomen don't exist. That's a fictional character. So many times we get so caught up on trying to take care of the world, and let's be honest, we got weaknesses, right? We got weaknesses, we got bad habits, we got shortcomings, we got limitations. Identify what those things are. Be real about it. Take a piece of paper, write down your weaknesses, your bad habits, your shortcomings. Be vulnerable for a moment. Now, for a long time, I didn't want to be vulnerable. I want everybody to realize that I had it all together. I thought I had my life in order, and you couldn't tell me no different. But when the veil comes down and the transparency comes and people realize, oh my God, I thought she had it well played. Oh my God, I'm human, and so are you. But your job is to learn from your from your shortcomings. Learn from your habits. We're not meant to be perfect. Nobody is. And the minute you realize that, you become a better person, because now you're realizing who your true self is. Who your true self is. Who are you really trying to front for? Who are you really trying to front for? What's this facade of, I got it together at all times? No, you don't. You're not perfect. God is, not you. But what you can do is identify your shortcomings, and every day tap into becoming a better person, your true self. And the minute you do that, you'll feel better about yourself. You'll sleep better at night, realizing that you are tapping into your true self. I tell my friends, my family members all the time, and y'all know this, y'all are getting the better version of Nia Brown Matthews. It took some shortcomings, it took some falls, it took some losing friends, it took some, well, I thought were my friends. It took a lot of that for me to realize who Nia Brown Matthews was. And today I walk boldly in who I am. Do you? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? And be real about it. Who are you? And I didn't mean to go that far in, but Jesus, I mean, when he gives me a word, I give it. There's a lot of people out there right now. There's a lot of people out there right now living a lie, a facade. And they don't understand that the minute you let that facade go, the minute you take down that veil, remove it. Remove it. Remove it. You're going to realize who you are as an individual. And that's when you're going to tap into your real potential. But you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck because you're living a lie. I don't know who is that for right now. I don't know. You need to learn to walk in your full potential. But in order to do that, you got to take that veil and you got to be transparent. Ask God, Lord God, I know that there is something phenomenal that I'm supposed to do in my life. But I need you to show me and guide my steps. Put the circle of people that needs to be in my circle so that I can walk into my full potential. But you got to recognize that. You got to know it, you got to feel it, and you got to be it. But in order to tap into your full potential, you got to learn how to be transparent and stop living a lie. And when you recognize that person, that's when you're going to birth the phenomenal that lies inside of you. But you got to take off that cape. You got to learn how to say no. And you got to trust God. I did not mean to go there. But I guess God has just given it to me, and so therefore I'm going to give it to you. It's Sunday, Soul Food Sunday, and I'm grateful for Misha giving me this platform. It's amazing how you go in with your notes, and I got notes and my highlighted pieces of my book. But when you tap into what it is that you're supposed to be, like, God is with all inside of me, guys, and you know I don't shy away from that. And when I do interviews from radio or TV or whatever the case may be, and people read my bio, they read all these things about Nia Brown Matthews. Had it not been for him, you couldn't read that heck of a bio that I have. When you recognize that as being the foundation, that's when you're going to tap into the better person that you're supposed to be. That true self. Am I saying something? Many of you are living in these huge homes, these amazing condos, driving the baddest cars with the baddest shoes and the baddest purses, and you are empty inside. You are empty inside because you're not walking in your true self. You're fronting. Take the veil off. Take it off. Stop trying to be like everybody else. God made you who you are for a reason. There's only one you. Only one you. You have distinct abilities. You have distinct wisdom. You have distinct crafts. You have distinct everything that's inside of you. But you can't even see that because you're trying to be like somebody else. Am I giving you a word? You're walking around being a replica of somebody else. And so therefore you're not even walking and tapping into your full potential. But let me tell you this, as you're walking into the destiny that God has for you, you're going to lose some friends. And there's also going to be some friends that can't go with you. Woo! Did I say something? As you're going into the destiny, the journey that God has for you, there are going to be some friends that can't go with you, baby. You can love them from afar, but they can't go with you on this journey. Do you know why? As you elevate, people are not going to understand your movement. People are not going to understand the words that are coming out your mouth. People are not going to understand your vision. Remember, I told you, the vision that he gave you, he gave it to you. So as you're walking boldly into your destiny, as you're walking confidently into your destiny, your journey, there are going to be people that's going to be trying to hold on into your coattails. You got to let them go. Because those same people can be holding you back. You can love them, but love them from afar. Sometimes this journey is going to be a lonesome journey. When they say sometimes it's lonely at the top, it don't have to be lonely at the top, but all the time. But the top, the aloneness is going to be with you and God. And as he's working on you, into becoming the better person that you are meant to be, it's going to be lonely. But it's not going to be lonely for long because he's going to equip you with the necessary people. Hello. The necessary people and resources that you're going to need to go to the next level. And it's going to be unfamiliar territory sometimes. You're going to shake in your boots when you don't recognize, why am I talking to this person? Why I'm in this room and I don't know anybody? Because God put you there. He's taking you out of the unfamiliar so that you can embark into the territory of greatness. I'm saying that for somebody today. Unfamiliar territory for familiar greatness. I'm telling you something. I trust and believe that you guys inside of you have something that needs to be birthed out. But you got to recognize what that is by tapping into your true self. Become transparent for a moment. Say what it is that's holding you back. Scream it out because it's time to birth it. If it's insecurity, if it's weight, if it's finances, if it's family, if it's a job, if it's friends, shout it out what it is because it's time to release it so that you can walk into your true self. Oh God. Walk into your true self, God. Release it. Ask God to give you the necessary resources that you need to tap into your full potential. You got to let it go. And you got to be real about it. Whew. All right. I did not mean to go there. Oh my God. Stop being people pleasers. Stop having unrealistic goals. Stop trying to compete or replicate somebody else's business, their goals and objectives. That ain't yours. That ain't your territory. That is not your demographics. So stop fronting. Stop being phony about it. Ask God to reveal, what's my vision? What's my goals? What's my objectives? Give that to me so I can walk into my true self. If you ain't go to church Sunday morning, you going to church now. Because this word is for somebody that's sitting in the corner trying to figure out what's going on in my life and why I am not where I'm supposed to be. I've shaken hands with many of people who tell me that they had to fall all the way down to get right back up. And there's nothing wrong with that if you recognize your faults and learn from them. Recognize your faults, but learn from them so that you can tap into your full potential. I say it with passion because I'm a witness to that. I've had it all, I've lost it all. I've had it all, I've lost it all. But baby, this Nia Brown Matthews that you're getting right now is a person who's witnessed, who's experienced that all of it. I've experienced it all and I've learned from it. But not realizing when I decided to put God first, not my career, not my family, not my money, not my red bottoms, not my Celine bags, not my houses, none of that mattered. I was living a lie. And somebody is living a lie right now because they're too busy trying to be like everybody else. We were all created to be unique, to be different. And the only way you're going to tap into that is you got to let that junk go. Take that mask off and let that junk go. You are not Superwoman. You don't have these superpowers to do and be everything for everybody. The reason why people keep coming to you because you don't know how to say no. You want to think you got it all together. You don't, sugar. You don't. You don't have it all together. You're not God. So stop acting like it. Stop acting like you got the juice. You don't. Now, it's okay to be good at what you do, but you're going to walk different when you put God first. Your sway is going to be different. Your steps are going to be different. Your words are going to be different. Your mind is going to be different. Your money is going to be different. Your friends are going to be different. Am I saying that to somebody today? Your mind is going to be different. Your friends are going to be different. Your money is going to be different when you get that balance the right way, the correct way, the order. Recognize that. I am grateful for the friends that I have now. Because again, they're getting the better version of Nia Brown Matthews. Who's getting the better version of you? Who's getting that? Who's getting the better version of you? Or are you walking around still sitting on your full potential? Are you really sitting on your full potential? You mean to tell me that you've been freed from domestic violence. You've been freed from drug addiction. You've been freed from being bankrupt. You've been freed from a dead-end job. You've been freed and you still stuck. You still stuck. Because you haven't tapped in who it is that you're supposed to be. You're living a lie. You're pretending you're somebody that you're not. And I'm not here to tell you that we're going to make mistakes and, we all have fake the funk sometimes. I heard people says, fake it till you make it. Let me tell you something. That only lasts but for so long. And the true people, they're going to recognize your fakeness. You're going to become exposed. Exposure. People are getting exposed like right now as we speak. You people walking around saying they got this and they got that. They're being exposed. They said they got the juice. In actuality, they don't have the juice. Do you hear what I say? The reason why they haven't have the juice is because they're walking in a lie. I don't want you walking in a lie anymore. I want you to know what it is and walk boldly on what you're supposed to do in your life. You need to recognize that. Know it, feel it, be it. Say that with me. Know it, feel it, be it. But we're in Atlanta, and I get it. This is a city of some of it. I've seen a lot. Social media, I tell you, social media has got these folks, with all these likes and followers, and they can't even fill up a room. Whew. Do you hear what I said? You got these folks with all these followers and likes, and they can't fill up a room. You know why? Because they're not walking, covered. It's fake. It's phony. And it's time for the phony people to be exposed. And I don't want you to be one of those people. I don't want you to walk around being phony. I want you to walk aggressively. I want you to walk boldly, knowing that your Father is the King. And because your Father is the King, you are going to be given all the desires of your heart. But you got to recognize that. All right, now, I'm about to close this thing on out. I did not mean to go to church on this Sunday, but I guess that's the word that I was given. Misha wanted me to come in here and rock this live session out, baby, and I know I did just that. I hope I blessed somebody this Sunday evening. I hope I blessed you with the words and the wisdom and the nuggets. And I was supposed to talk about superwomen don't exist, but I end up tapping into, exposing and becoming your true self. Taking that veil down. If you don't do anything else for me, do this. Jot down on a piece of paper some of the shortcomings and things that you're struggling with right now. Take a piece of paper, get a sticky note, and I want you to put the sticky notes on your mirror. I want you to look at those things when you wake up and you go in the bathroom, brush your teeth, or getting ready to go to bed, do your hair. Look at those sticky notes, and every day I want you to strive to become a better person, not the person that's on that sticky note. Become better. But before you do that, do me this solid. If you're spiritual based, do this solid for me. Before you close your eyes tonight, say this with me. Lord God, I trust everything that you've told me thus far, but I am ready to walk into my full potential. But I need you to be the one to guide my steps. I want to get out of my own way. And I want you to order my steps and give me everything that I lost. Whether it be my finances, God, whether it be a relationship, my husband, if you lost your children, if you lost your job, if you feel like you're at a dead-end job, ask God to restore everything that you've lost. Restore everything that I've lost. I'm ready to walk into my full potential. This is for somebody tonight that's struggling. Order my steps, God. I've done it my way, and I've made a mess. I've lost friends. I've lost jobs. I've lost relationships. I've lost connections because I've gotten in my own way. God, order my steps. I want to reach into my full potential, but in order for me to do that, I got to get out of my own way. I got to take that veil off. I got to take that cape off because I'm not Superwoman. I'm not God. You are. Say that boldly and mean it. Say it boldly and mean it. And watch God give you the desires of your heart. But you got to put that order right. It's not you, it's Him. It's God first. I hope I blessed somebody this Sunday. I know this word was for somebody. It blessed my soul. Replay this video. Share it 1,000 times if you can. I pray that I've blessed somebody. You make sure you get the copy of The Boss in You. I have put nuggets I've poured into this book. If you want to reach out to me, email me, info@nayabrownmatthews.com. You want me to pray for you. You want me to give you a word. You want me to give you some resources, some nuggets. That's what I'm here for. I'm a vessel. I know God restored me for a reason. And many days when I travel and my inbox is full of people asking me for prayer, for wisdom, I'm here as a vessel. You are getting the best version of Naya Brown Matthews, and it's up to you to use that resource. God bless you. Thank you, Misha, for allowing me to get in your group and bless as many people as I can today. Remember to share this video. I love you guys, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'll pray for you, and you pray for me that I continue to walk in His word. God bless you guys. Have a good one.